much for watching. I've got my cup of tea. I'm cozying up in this little corner over here, and I'm gonna be sharing with you an experience that I had a while back that makes me laugh a little bit and angry a little bit and filled with all kinds of emotions. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoy storytime videos like this one, if you want to hear more stories. I normally do solely makeup on this channel, but I figured it'd be fun to kind of throw something else in there. Let me know also if you've ever had an experience like this one. So a lot of times when I meet somebody new, they'll ask me straight up, "What are you?" And it always makes me laugh because it's like, I'm me. What they mean is like, what is your ethnicity? Like, where are you from? Where are your parents from? What race are you? But a lot of times they'll ask me like, "What are you?" And I'm like, I don't know. What are you? But my dad is from Puerto Rico. There's a lot of mixed stuff there. He's Puerto Rican. My mom is from Taiwan. She speaks Chinese, and I know neither Spanish nor Chinese, and it's very, very sad. I took Chinese when I was little, and I took Spanish when I was older, but nothing sticks. Nothing sticks. I'm a little bit of a air-filled person. I meet a lot of strangers because I've worked retail for a while in a few different arenas. I'm not going to name any names in this video or anything like that. So we're just going to keep everything nice and anonymous. But I had an interesting experience, and I've had a couple experiences like this. This one just kind of has been seared into my memory. I'm pretty sure every detail is rattling up in there and seared into my eyes, my ears, my mind. I've always loved working with new people, but sometimes, have you ever just met somebody and been like, wow, you have lived X number of years on this earth thinking that thing that just came out of your mouth, you have been living with that thought in your mind for so many years. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm rambling. So I met this guy when I was working at a retail environment, and I was very nice and whatever, and he was asking me for help. And he was an older gentleman, probably in his 60s. He was older. He's been on this earth for more than twice the amount of time I have, probably closer to 3 times. And he asked me, he was like, "What are you?" That question always makes me laugh. But this time it was kind of like, oh, I have to be very nice and not laugh in your face because you're an older gentleman who probably means well. And I just assumed he, was nice. And I was like, oh, my mom is blah, blah, blah. My dad's blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I only really like Koreans. What? You only really like Koreans? He was like, I've met all kinds of Asians in my life, and they're all dirty except Koreans. What? He's like, I've eaten at this place, Lebanese are dirty, Chinese are dirty, Mongolians are dirty, Indians are especially dirty. My gosh, my goodness, my heart stopped. The thing was, okay, I might be exaggerating a little bit. I was very nice to the gentleman, and it took me a little while for this part of the conversation to build up. First, it started out with him sort of make some really weird comments about how I was a beautiful girl, blah, 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 and he kept, multiple times, he asked me if I was Korean. Every time I told him, no, my mom's from Taiwan, and every time it was like, he didn't hear me. He just kept talking about how dirty Asians are except for Koreans. He must have asked me 4 times if I was Korean, and every time I said no. And every time he would be like, Koreans aren't dirty, but blah 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 is dirty, blah 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 is dirty. He just kept naming these giant groups of peoples and saying that they had bad personal hygiene. Which, by the way, this person, this gentleman, this Mr. Fabulous over here, he didn't smell fantastic. I don't know if he was just senile, but I mean, he got there okay, he left okay, he seemed to hold a conversation okay, except for the fact, like, all of that was going on. He was just racist. He was just bigoted. I took a moment after dealing with this person and I just laughed. Because it's like, how have you gone this many years on this earth and thought this? I also met another person one time, and she was like, you know what she told me? She had to be like 90. Like, this lady was so old, and she was in this little wheelchair, and she looked up to me, and she was a mean old lady, and she said, oh, I don't know if I want that. It has Mexican on it. I don't read Mexican. I've never wanted to punch somebody, a complete stranger, in the face that badly before. Like, it made me so angry that it was funny. Like, who does that? I feel like if you've gone that long on this earth thinking these things, then there's no changing your mind. I didn't respond. She said it a couple times because I didn't respond to it. I just kept talking about something else, because what are you supposed to say to that? Like, oh, well, I have family who was, born in Mexico. Like, do you... You live in North America. You live in the United States, the country right north of Mexico, and you're telling me you've lived this long, these 90 years of your life, and you don't know that Mexicans speak Spanish? Like, anyway, I just thought maybe you guys would get a kick out of these stories. It's really something. It makes me angry and amused at the same time. I don't know. I've had some interesting conversations, but these ones were more like one way, like directed at me, and it was really quite strange, really bizarre. Something I'd rather not relive, but it's been scarred up in here. Let me know in the comments down below if you've ever had any experiences like these. I would love to hear yours. And yeah, we'll continue with our regularly programmed, the normal stuff, makeup stuff, in our next video. I love you lots. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Join my cake face family. Leave a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this little video, and comment in the comment section down below so I can get to know you a little bit better. And I will catch you in my next one. Bye, lilies.